Well, so students, in the yesterday's or in the previous lecture of scalar product or dot product, we have studied what exactly is meant by a scalar product, and that we have understood that if at all I have two vectors, maybe vector A and vector B, whose magnitudes are represented only as A and B, such that if those two vectors are having angle theta between them, then the dot product is given by A dot B is equal to, it is A B cos of theta. This is the way to find the dot product if at all I have two vectors whose magnitude is known to me, and if at all I know what is the angle theta between them. That if at all I know that the force acting on a particle is something like 10 Newton here, and the displacement of the particle is equal to 2 meter, such that the angle theta between them is equal to 60 degree. This is the most proper situation for me to find what is the dot product. Here I know that there are two vectors which are acting in different directions, such that angle theta between them is equal to 60 degree. The force is equal to 10 Newton. The displacement is equal to 2 meter. So if I want to find what is the work done, it is given by F dot S. It is equal to F into S into cos of theta. It will be equal to 10 multiplied by 2 multiplied by cos 60, where cos 60 is equal to half. So it will be 10 2s are 20, it's a half. So it will be equal to 10 joule is going to be the amount of work done. So that's what we have studied yesterday, and almost at the end of the lecture we have studied that what was the dot product of unit vectors I, J and K, that if at all you have dot product of any two different unit vectors like I and J, J and K, K and I. If at all I have any two different vectors and I want to find their dot product, because all the three unit vectors I, J, K, they are mutually perpendicular to each other, and for two perpendicular vectors the dot product is 0. That is why I dot J is same as J dot I is equal to J dot K is also equal to K dot J is equal to K dot I is equal to I dot K is always equal to 0. And if you have any two same vectors, unit vectors, I dot I, J dot J, K dot K, their dot product value is only equal to 1. So that is the other thing we have done, that I dot I is also equal to J dot J is also equal to K dot K is equal to 1. The reason why I am repeating this is because if your vectors are not in this particular format such that their magnitudes are known and angle between them is known to you, if the vectors are not given like this, and if at all your vectors are given in the IJK format, how to find their dot product? If at all my vectors are given like 2i plus 5j minus 3k, the other vector is given as minus 6i plus 2j plus 4k, how can I find the unit, the dot product of them? To find out that, I am going to take a formula today, and for finding that formula, this is going to be required. So that is the reason I have kept it right in front of our board, and we will today start with the two vectors in the IJK format. Let me say that supposing if you have two vectors which are represented like this, let me say vector A is equal to something called AX into I cap plus AY into J plus AZK. This is one vector. And if at all there is another vector, vector B is equal to, it is Bxi plus Byj plus of Bzk. So whenever I have two such vectors in the IJK format, and if I want to find what is the dot product of A and B, I am trying to find out formula for that. So this is given to me. I have to find what is A dot B equal to? Vector A dot vector B is equal to how much? Is my task to find out. I'll start with my left hand side. In fact, I can have a formula for this, or rather I know formula for this, that this dot product is only equal to AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. That is the formula for that. How to go for that? I'll start with my LHS. Maybe left hand side is equal to, it is vector A dot vector B is equal to, and in place of vector A, I'll write all this value. In place of vector B, I'll write all this value. It is better if you all start communicating and you all start involving yourself. तुम्ही जर सांगितलं तर it will be much better. You will have more perception of the subject. तुम्हाला जास्त जेवढं तुम्ही बोलाल, तुमची involvement जास्त आहे, that much more understanding of the subject will be there on your side as well. So this is therefore equal to. Now what is A equal to? A is equal to all this thing. It is X into I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ into K cap dot product with the other is B. What is that? BXI plus BYJ plus BZ into K. That's what you have. Now whenever I multiply two such brackets, what I just have to do is I have to take each term and multiply it with each term in the next bracket. So this is equal to, how many terms are there in the first bracket? 3. How many terms are there in the second bracket? 3 terms. So when I multiply this with 3 terms here, I'll get 3 terms. This with this will give me 3 more terms, and this with this will give me 3 more terms. Like this I will have 9 terms altogether. So systematically we are going to do it. Initially I'll start with this AXI dot BXI, out of which what is usually AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ, they are just going to be numbers. So numbers I can always multiply together first of all. So this is going to become equal to AX into BX into I dot I. Correct? This first term with the first term here. Now this first term with the second term here. Plus, voila, what is that? AX, I'll take this with this, AX BY I dot J. Am I right? I am keeping fixed. Now this with the third. So what is it? Plus AX BZ I dot K. 3 terms of this are over. Now I'll start with this. Plus AY BX J dot I. Well, AY BX J dot I plus AY BY J dot J plus AY BZ J dot K. Plus, now third term of the first with each of the next. Plus, next term is AZ BX A dot I. AZ BX A dot I plus AZ BY A dot J plus AZ BZ A dot A. I have got all 9 terms here now. Out of which I already have said that any 2 different unit vectors I, J, K and their dot product is supposed to be 0. And any 2 identical unit vectors I dot I, J dot J, K dot K, their dot product is going to be equal to 1. So I find out of all this term will stay, I dot I. This J dot J will be staying and K dot K also will be there. The rest all other terms if you see, this is consisting of I dot J, it will become 0. This is I dot K, this will become 0. This is J dot I will become 0. J dot K will become 0. K dot I and K dot J, they will also become 0. So you have in this particular situation, I now find that, but I'll say all these things, whatever I have already said, you just have your I dot I is equal to J dot J is equal to K dot K is equal to 0, and all other terms are equal to 1. All other terms are equal to 0. So what is left? That therefore my left hand side now becomes, LHS becomes all this. What is it? AX BX into 1 plus AY BY into 1 plus AZ BZ into 1. So this will only give me AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ, which is supposed to be my right hand side, which when I said it earlier, I in fact wanted to prove in this case that this A dot B is equal to it is AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. So this is, instead of I'll say to find, I'll say it is to prove. Was this, and I have got this LHS is equal to RHS, and that is why we have proved this. Bhavish, was it? Okay, so earlier we have studied scalar product or dot product. Now we will speak about cross product, or it is also called as vector product. That word cross in physics, most of the times we use it for perpendicular. So you keep in your mind that cross means perpendicular. Earlier while talking about the dot product, while we studied it, we have said that if at all I have vector A and vector B are the two vectors like this, such that theta is angle between them, then the dot product means the product of A with the part of B in the direction of A. That's what I said it in the previous lecture. Or the product of B with the part of A in the direction of B. That is how it has to be. So to do that, I had to drop a perpendicular from B on this, and this particular segment was actually equal to, according to your resolution of vectors, this part was equal to B cos theta, and this A multiplied by B cos theta was giving you the dot or the scalar product. So here it is a product of two vectors in the same direction. Whereas this particular component of B, which is referring to this, is in fact equal to B sine of theta, is the perpendicular component of this to A. So this is going to be equal to B sine of theta. Now the product of A with this perpendicular component refers to your cross product. The magnitude of cross product is given by the product of A with the perpendicular component of B. So if at all you have two vectors, vector A and vector B, such that theta is angle between them, then the magnitude of cross product, we say that A cross B magnitude is given by A into B into sine of theta. That is how it is supposed to be. How much is the magnitude of B cross A? It will be same. If I drop a perpendicular from A on this B, that perpendicular which we draw, its length will be A sin theta. So A sin theta into B, that will also be equal to AB sin theta. So even you would find that this B cross A is also equal to A into B into sine of theta. But here while saying it, I have specifically said the magnitude of A cross B and the magnitude of B cross A. The reason why I say like this is that whenever I speak about the cross product will have a specific direction. And because it has got a direction, the resultant or the multiplication of in this particular manner, it will have some direction, and that is why it is also known as vector product. In the dot product we used to call it as scalar product because the answer was not going to have any direction. Here the product of you see two vectors taken in such a particular way has got some direction, and that is the reason I have to consider this product to be in the vector format. That supposing at all, if at all I have one of them is vector A acting here, the other is vector B acting somewhere here, angle between them is equal to theta, I drop a perpendicular, the length of this part is equal to B sin theta, then what is supposed to be the direction of A cross B? The direction of cross product or the direction of A cross B is given by right hand screw rule. Most of the you see screw which we use in daily life, they are all right handed screws. That supposing here we have got some kind of screw over here. How do I, supposing I want to make it go it inside, I have to move it like this. It's this kind of a screw. Right handed screw is that if you try to move that screw like this, Asuzer Firola, it will go inside. If you rotate it in this fashion, anti-clockwise, it will come out. So when the curled fingers are giving you the direction of rotation of the screw, the thumb will point in the direction of movement of the screw. Similarly, here if I want to find what is the direction of A cross B, you have to curl your fingers of right hand from A vector to B vector in this fashion, and the thumb will then point in the direction of A cross B. So A cross B has got a value equal to AB sin theta, the magnitude is equal to AB sin theta, but it will be a vector quantity, the direction of which is going to point here. So A cross B is going to point here. Supposing if I say this is going to be your vector A cross B, it will be pointing towards your side. But if you go for finding what is B cross A, I have to curl my fingers from vector B to vector A. So vector B I start with and I go towards vector A here. So B cross A is going to point inside. Magnitudes are same, but the directions are exactly opposite. A cross B was pointing towards you, B cross A is pointing towards me. They are 180 degree opposite to each other, and that is why A cross B vector and B cross A vector, they just have the equal magnitudes but directions are exactly opposite, and that is why they are not equal vectors. They are negative of each other. So I find, of course we are going for now the study of characteristics of those you can say vector products. So in the characteristics of cross product, the first thing I find is its definition, that if at all vector A and vector B are two vectors having angle theta between them, then the magnitude of cross product is given by this. Mod of A cross B is equal to AB sine of theta. Then I say that cross product of two vectors is a vector quantity. And that is why we call it as a vector product. How is its direction given by? The direction of A cross B is given by right hand screw rule. I will say its direction is given by Mostly it is written like this. RH screw rule. What does it usually represent? Like yesterday when we were speaking about an example of dot product, I gave the example of work done. I said that if force is acting in one direction, displacement is taking place in the other direction, then the work is the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. Similarly, here if at all I say that these two are the vector representations of the two sides of a parallelogram, A and B are the two sides of a parallelogram, and if at all I complete this parallelogram here, then this A magnitude multiplied by B sin theta is base into height is the area of that parallelogram. So this gives me the area. A cross B magnitude will give me the area of parallelogram. This is one of the things. There are of course other things that we will study as and when time progresses. The next thing that I find is the second property. Maybe it will be third. In fact, the first one was definition. Second one was that it's a vector quantity. Its direction is given by right hand screw rule. The third that we are going to have is that vector A cross vector B is not equal to vector B cross vector A, but in fact A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. We have studied this right in the beginning of this chapter, that two equal vectors but in the opposite direction are represented by a negative sign. When I say A is equal to minus of B, means vector A, vector B have got equal magnitude but exactly 180 degree opposite direction. So similarly here, in this case, A cross B and B cross A, they are not equal. Their equality is seen by something like this. A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A, and that is why in the scalar product we have said that scalar product is commutative. Manje A dot B is same as B dot A. Here this is not commutative. So vector product is not commutative. The next property in scalar product that we have studied was that A dot product with B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. The similar thing is also true in case of vector product, that A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B vector plus A cross C vector. That is, cross product is also distributive over addition. Dot product was also distributive. Cross product is also distributive over addition. The next thing which we did there was, what if the two vectors were perpendicular? So whenever two vectors were at right angles to each other, A and B, if at all they were perpendicular, your theta was equal to 90 degree and cos 90 in that case was 0. And that is why the dot product was 0, or the scalar product of two vectors was 0. Here what is going to happen is that if at all your vector B, its inclination starts and it becomes perpendicular to vector A like this, your parallelogram is now slowly going to become a rectangle. Length, breadth. Now instead of this angle theta as an acute angle, it has increased, and now this parallelogram will have, or that rectangle will have maximum surface area. So here in this particular case, even mathematics says that if at all theta is equal to 90 degrees, sin 90 is equal to 1, and sin 90 is equal to 1 is the maximum value of that. And that is why if at all you have vector A is perpendicular to vector B, you say that theta is equal to 90 degree, sin 90 is equal to 1, and therefore A cross B magnitude has got value equal to only AB, but it is the maximum value. The direction is of course given by right hand screw rule itself. The next thing that you have is, what if the vectors are parallel to each other? Vectors are parallel in the sense A and B, they are overlapping. So vector A is here, vector B lies over it, theta is equal to 0 degree. So if theta is equal to 0 degree, sine 0 is 0 and you will have 0. It is but obvious that whenever you have two such vectors here, in this particular case, vector A is here, vector B is here, and they are forming some particular parallelogram whose area is given by this A cross B magnitude. Jasa hai vector B, if it slowly starts coming down, 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 and this angle becomes 0, your parallelogram will cease to exist. Parallelogram kela? Its area has become 0, and that's what is seen even by mathematics. That whenever vector A is parallel to vector B, you have got theta is equal to 0 degree, sine of 0 degree is equal to 0, and therefore A cross B will be equal to 0. The cross product of two vectors will be equal to 0 if the two vectors are parallel, also if the vectors are anti-parallel. Anti-parallel in the sense A is acting here, B asa jhala hai, now it has become 180 degree. Once again the parallelogram has gone. So once again 0 area for that parallelogram, because sine of 180 degree is also equal to 0. So you will find that it is not only if the vectors are parallel, but even if the vectors are anti-parallel, the cross product of two vectors happens to be equal to 0. So from these properties of scalar product and vector product, we can see that if at all I want to prove that the two vectors are perpendicular, when the vectors are perpendicular, dot product was 0. But cross product is maximum. And if the vectors are parallel, cross product is 0, but the dot product is maximum. So these are certain things that you have. Hereafter we can also go for the cross product of unit vectors I, J and K, and thereafter, as we did it in this particular lecture, that A dot B is equal to AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. Similarly, we can have another equation or another formula for determining the cross product of two vectors in the I, J and K format. So that is what we wanted to do in this.